Now let's look at how to pitch to the media and follow up. First of all, over the last number of years, the media industry has been decimated. So there are less media in general, which means quite a lot of them are actually covering a number of different shifts. So bear that in mind, that unfortunately they're not sitting there waiting for any of our press releases to land on their desk. And sometimes they may not see it immediately. So doing things like calling up an hour after sending, saying, "Did you get my press release? What did you think?" Well, that's a surefire way of it never seeing the light of day. One thing I recommend is to narrow down that media list, which we will be coming on to, so that when you are sending the pitch, it's going to be to the right person who covers the area. So say, for example, you've developed a new piece of software for schools. I would first of all search for those who write about education, and I would also search for those who write about tech. And maybe there's some who write about education and tech. So maybe you could pitch to them. Now, that might only be a small number of people, but it's so much better to pitch to a small number of people who might be interested than to a larger number of people who are not remotely interested. So one of my top tips would be get that list nailed down and make it personal. So when you're sending the media release, reference perhaps something they've written on a similar topic and say, "I read that you wrote about X and I thought you might be interested in Y." There's no need to go into long stories. They don't have time to read them. So keep it short, keep it brief, and keep it to the point. Some bullet points in your pitches are really good use, and it really helps any journalist, media, producer, researcher get the main crux of what you're looking at. The most important thing when following up is keeping it brief. Something, just checking, seeing, "I haven't heard from you, I'm just wondering if this is still of interest." Sometimes it works because they may have missed the email the first time. So do try it, but do be cautious about how many times you follow up. Once, fine. Twice, okay. Don't do it the third time.